Welcome back to the channel, fellow adventurers. Today, we're exploring some of the most breathtaking places on Earth, America's national parks. These are not merely tracts of land, they are living cathedrals, sanctuaries where the raw, untamed spirit of this continent has been preserved. With over 63 official parks and more than 400 protected sites, a staggering tapestry of natural wonder, narrowing it down to just 10 was not easy, a truly formidable challenge. Each park is a world unto itself, a unique chapter in the grand story of our planet. But in this video, we'll take you on a journey through the top 10 national parks to visit in the United States. We will travel from the sun-drenched, humid depths of subtropical wetlands to the rarefied air of towering snow-capped peaks. We shall witness landscapes carved by ice, sculpted by wind, and painted by time itself. This is a celebration of biodiversity, of geological marvels, and of the profound connection we share with the natural world. From soaring peaks to tropical wetlands, each destination has its own unique beauty, adventure, and story. These are places that can humble and inspire in equal measure, reminding us of the immense power and delicate fragility of life. They are living museums, holding the secrets of millennia within their rocks, rivers, and forests. So prepare yourselves to be astonished. Let's dive in. Our journey begins here, in the southernmost reaches of the continental United States, within a landscape unlike any other. This is the Everglades, a vast, shallow, slow-moving river of fresh water, stretching nearly 60 miles wide. It is a subtropical wilderness, a mosaic of sawgrass marshes, cypress domes, and mangrove forests, teeming with a remarkable diversity of life. The air is thick with the scent of wet earth, and the chorus of insects and frogs, a constant symphony of the wild. It is a place governed by the subtle rhythms of water and season, a delicate balance that sustains an extraordinary ecosystem. Here, survival is an art form. The American alligator, an ancient reptile and the undisputed king of this domain, basks silently on the muddy banks, a relic from the age of dinosaurs. Wading birds in their thousands, roseate spoonbills with their curious, flattened beaks, elegant great blue herons stalking their prey with immense patience, and the striking anhinga, which swims with only its serpentine neck above the water, paint the landscape with flashes of color and movement. This is a birdwatcher's paradise, a critical habitat for countless species. But the Everglades is not merely a haven for the conspicuous. In the tangled roots of the mangroves, a nursery for marine life thrives, sheltering juvenile fish and crustaceans. The elusive Florida panther, one of the rarest large mammals on Earth, stalks silently through the hardwood hammocks, its presence a testament to the park's wild heart. Even the West Indian manatee, the gentle sea cow, finds refuge in the warmer waters of the park's coastal estuaries during the winter months, their slow, graceful movements a calming presence in this dynamic world. To truly understand the Everglades, one must experience its subtleties. An airboat ride can offer a thrilling glimpse skimming across the surface of the sawgrass prairies. But it is in the quiet moments, kayaking through a narrow mangrove tunnel, or walking a boardwalk as the sun sets, painting the sky in fiery hues, that the park's profound and fragile beauty is truly revealed. It is a powerful reminder that even the flattest of landscapes can hold the greatest of depths and the most intricate of stories. From the low-lying wetlands of Florida, we now ascend dramatically to the very spine of North America. Welcome to Rocky Mountain National Park in Colorado, a realm of staggering verticality and alpine grandeur. Here, the landscape is defined by immense forces, the tectonic uplift that raised these peaks to the heavens, and the colossal glaciers that carved their features with icy precision. More than 60 peaks tower over 12,000 feet, their jagged summits piercing the brilliant blue sky, creating a world that feels closer to the clouds than to the earth below. Life here must be hardy, adapted to the extremes of altitude and weather. In the lower montane valleys, ponderosa pines stand tall, their bark smelling faintly of vanilla in the warm sun. As one ascends, the forest changes, giving way to spruce and fir, and then, above the tree line, to the alpine tundra. This seemingly barren landscape, a windswept expanse of rock and low-lying cushion plants, explodes with a carpet of miniature wildflowers in the brief, intense summer, a testament to life's tenacity in the harshest of conditions. This is the domain of the elk, their herds grazing peacefully in the meadows of Moraine Park, their bugling calls echoing through the valleys in autumn, a primal and unforgettable sound. Bighorn sheep, masters of the precipice, navigate impossibly steep cliffs with an agility that defies belief. And high on the tundra, the yellow-bellied marmot whistles a sharp warning, ever vigilant for predators like the coyote or the golden eagle soaring on thermal updrafts high above. Every creature here is a specialist, perfectly sculpted for survival in this high-altitude world. To journey through this park is to travel through distinct ecological zones in a matter of hours. Driving the Trail Ridge Road, the highest continuous paved road in North America, is an ascent into another world, offering vistas that stretch for 100 miles. Hiking to a shimmering alpine lake, its waters a startling turquoise, or standing on a windswept pass and gazing out at a sea of peaks, one feels a profound sense of awe. This is a place that elevates the spirit, reminding us of the sheer scale and majesty of the natural world. We now travel southwest, to the desert landscapes of Utah, and to a place of monumental beauty and intimate sanctuary. This is Zion National Park, a canyon carved not by ice, but by the patient, relentless work of water. Here, the Virgin River has sliced through layers of Navajo sandstone, creating a gorge of immense depth and scale. The canyon walls, soaring thousands of feet straight up from the valley floor, are stained with streaks of red, pink, and cream, creating a masterpiece of natural architecture, a true cathedral sculpted by the elements over millions of years. The floor of Zion Canyon is an oasis, a ribbon of vibrant green against the stark red rock. The life-giving waters of the Virgin River support a lush ecosystem of cottonwood trees, box elders, and ferns. This verdant corridor provides a stark and beautiful contrast to the arid desert that surrounds the park. Walking the Paris Trail alongside the gentle burble of the river, with the colossal monoliths of the patriarchs or the sentinel looming above, is an experience of both tranquility and overwhelming scale. It is a place where one feels simultaneously sheltered and dwarfed by nature's grandeur. But Zion's wonders are not confined to the canyon floor. For the adventurous, the park offers some of the most iconic hikes in the world. The ascent to Angel's Landing, a heart-pounding climb along a narrow spine of rock with chains bolted into the stone for support, rewards the brave with a dizzying 360-degree panorama of the entire canyon. It is a test of nerve and a truly unforgettable accomplishment. The view from the top is simply breathtaking, a perspective that reveals the canyon's intricate geography in all its glory. Perhaps the most unique experience is to be found by wading into the river itself. The Narrows, a famous gorge hike, involves walking, wading, and sometimes swimming upstream between canyon walls that are, in places, 1,000 feet high but only 20 feet apart. Sunlight filters down into the slot canyon, reflecting off the water and painting the sculpted sandstone walls in shifting patterns of light and shadow. It is an immersive, almost spiritual journey into the very heart of the rock, a powerful connection to the forces that shaped this extraordinary place. Our journey now takes us to the ancient rolling mountains of the American East. Straddling the border of Tennessee and North Carolina, the Great Smoky Mountains National Park is a place of gentle giants and profound biodiversity. These are among the oldest mountains on Earth, their once jagged peaks worn smooth by the tireless hand of time. They are named for the characteristic blue haze that so often blankets the landscape, a vapor released by the millions of trees that cloak these slopes, a living breath that gives the region its mystical, dreamlike quality. This park is a world of forests and water. It is a sanctuary for deciduous trees, boasting one of the most diverse assemblages of plant life in North America. In spring, the mountainsides erupt in a riot of wildflowers, trillium, ladies' slipper orchids, and flame azaleas. In autumn, they are set ablaze with a staggering palette of reds, oranges, and golds, a spectacle that draws visitors from around the globe. The air is filled with the sound of rushing water, with over 2,900 miles of streams and rivers cascading down the mountainsides, forming countless waterfalls that tumble into clear, cool pools. This is a stronghold for the American black bear. Here they thrive in the dense forests, foraging for berries and nuts, their presence a sign of a healthy, intact ecosystem. One must always be watchful, for a glimpse of a mother with her cubs is a special yet humbling sight. The park is also a haven for salamanders. More species are found here than anywhere else on Earth, tiny jewels hidden beneath rocks and logs in the damp, shaded woodlands. It is a testament to the park's incredible richness, much of which is hidden from the casual eye. To explore the Smokies is to step back in time. Historic log cabins, grist mills, and churches are preserved throughout the park, remnants of the hardy Appalachian communities that once called these coves and valleys home. Driving up to Klingman's Dome, the highest point in the park, one can stand on the observation tower and gaze out upon a seemingly endless sea of forested ridges stretching to the horizon. It is a view that speaks of timelessness, of the enduring power of these ancient Smoky hills. We now travel far to the north, to Montana, near the Canadian border, to a place of raw, alpine splendor known as the crown of the continent. This is Glacier National Park, a landscape defined by its dramatic, glacially carved terrain. The mountains here are not old and rounded, but young and sharp, their peaks like daggers aimed at the sky. U-shaped valleys, knife-edged ridges known as arêtes, and pyramid-shaped peaks called horns are all textbook examples of glacial geology, a powerful testament to the immense power of ice. The park's name, however, is a poignant one. The majestic glaciers that sculpted this landscape are now in rapid retreat, a visible and sobering reminder of a changing climate. While some of these rivers of ice still cling to the highest cirques, their diminished state lends an urgency to any visit. Yet their meltwater gives life to the park, feeding hundreds of impossibly colored lakes. The rock flower suspended in the water refracts the sunlight, creating brilliant shades of turquoise and emerald that seem to glow from within, a truly breathtaking sight against the backdrop of the dark, imposing mountains. This rugged wilderness is home to some of North America's most iconic wildlife. Grizzly bears, the great monarchs of this ecosystem, roam the high country, their presence demanding respect and caution. Mountain goats clad in their thick white coats defy gravity as they navigate sheer cliff faces with astonishing ease, their forms often visible as small white specks against the gray rock. Moose can be found wading in the wetlands, and elusive wolverines still patrol the most remote corners of this wild kingdom. Driving the legendary Going to the Sun Road is an adventure in itself. This engineering marvel, carved into the side of the mountains, winds its way up to Logan Pass, crossing the Continental Divide at over 6,600 feet. The views are continuous and spectacular, revealing hanging valleys, weeping walls, and distant glaciers at every turn. To hike here, to feel the chill wind coming off a glacier, to stand on a pass and look out over a pristine valley, is to connect with a wildness that is both profoundly beautiful and increasingly fragile. There are few places on Earth that can truly prepare you for the scale of this next destination. We arrive in Arizona, at the edge of one of the world's great natural wonders, the Grand Canyon. It is not merely a canyon, it is a chasm, an immense abyss carved by the Colorado River over the course of 6 million years. It stretches for 277 miles, is up to 18 miles wide, and plunges more than a mile deep. To stand at the rim is to be confronted with a silence so profound that it feels like a physical presence, broken only by the whisper of the wind. The canyon is a masterwork of geology, an open book of Earth's history. The layers of rock exposed in its walls, the Kaibab limestone at the top, the Vishnu schist at the bottom, represent 2 billion years of time. As the sun moves across the sky, it plays upon the canyon's vast amphitheaters, buttes, and temples, painting them in an ever-changing palette of deep reds, purples, oranges, and ochres. Sunrise and sunset are sacred times here, when the light and shadows engage in a dramatic dance, revealing the canyon's texture and depth in breathtaking detail. Life here is a story of adaptation to extreme conditions. At the hot, arid bottom of the canyon, a desert ecosystem thrives, with cacti and resilient shrubs clinging to life. As one ascends to the cooler north and south rims, the environment changes completely, giving way to forests of ponderosa pine, spruce, and fir. The California condor, a magnificent bird with a wingspan of nearly 10 feet, has been brought back from the brink of extinction and can sometimes be seen soaring on the thermal updrafts rising from the canyon depths, a symbol of hope and conservation. To truly appreciate the Grand Canyon, one must venture below the rim. Hiking down the Bright Angel or South Kaibab trails, even for a short distance, changes one's perspective completely. The sense of scale becomes overwhelming as the rim recedes above you. For the most intrepid, a multi-day rafting trip on the Colorado River offers the ultimate immersion, a journey through the very heart of the canyon, looking up at the towering walls that you once looked down upon. It is a humbling, life-altering experience, a pilgrimage into deep time. We now venture into the heart of the American West, to the world's very first national park, established in 1872. This is Yellowstone, a place so extraordinary that early reports of its wonders were dismissed as, well, tall tales. It is a volcanic wonderland sitting atop one of the largest supervolcanoes on the planet. This immense geothermal energy simmering just beneath the surface manifests in a spectacular and otherworldly display of more than 10,000 hydrothermal features, more than half of the world's total. This is a landscape that hisses, steams, and erupts. Geysers, like the famous Old Faithful, shoot columns of boiling water hundreds of feet into the air with remarkable, though not clockwork, regularity. Hot springs, such as the Grand Prismatic Spring, form vast pools of impossibly vivid colors, deep blues, vibrant greens, fiery oranges, created by different species of heat-loving bacteria. Fumaroles vent volcanic gases with a roar, and mudpots bubble and plop with thick, boiling mud. It is a dynamic, volatile landscape that reminds us of the immense power churning beneath our feet. Yellowstone is also one of the last nearly intact temperate ecosystems in the Northern Hemisphere, a vast wilderness that is home to an incredible array of wildlife. It is quite simply the best place in the United States to see large mammals in their natural habitat. Huge herds of bison, North America's largest land animal, roam the Lamar and Hayden valleys, often causing bison jams as they cross the roads. Elk, pronghorn, and mule deer are abundant, supporting a healthy and complete food web. And at the top of that food web is the wolf. Reintroduced to the park in 1995 after a long absence, the gray wolf has had a profound and positive impact on the entire ecosystem, a process known as a trophic cascade. Their return has restored a natural balance that had been missing for decades. To hear a wolf howl in the Lamar Valley at dawn, or to catch a glimpse of a grizzly bear foraging on a distant hillside, is to witness a wilderness that is truly wild, a successful and inspiring story of large-scale conservation. We travel now to California's Sierra Nevada, to a place that has been described as a temple, a sanctuary for the human spirit. This is Yosemite, a park of sublime beauty, famed for its monumental granite cliffs, towering waterfalls, and groves of ancient giant sequoias. The heart of the park is Yosemite Valley, a mile-wide, 7-mile-long glacial valley flanked by some of the most famous rock formations on Earth. It is a landscape that inspired photographers like Ansel Adams and naturalists like John Muir, who championed its protection. The sheer granite faces of El Capitan and Half Dome dominate the valley, rising thousands of feet from the floor. El Capitan, a massive monolith of solid granite, is a holy grail for rock climbers from around the world, who appear as tiny, slow-moving specks against its colossal wall. Half Dome, with its unique, sheared-off appearance, presents a formidable challenge for hikers who ascend its back via a series of cables. These granite giants are the stoic, silent guardians of the valley, their presence both intimidating and deeply inspiring. Yosemite is a land of falling water. In the spring and early summer, when the winter snows melt, the park comes alive with the roar of waterfalls. Yosemite Falls, one of the tallest in North America, plunges a total of 2,425 feet in 3 spectacular stages. The delicate Bridal Veil Fall drifts on the breeze, and the powerful Vernal and Nevada Falls create a thunderous mist trail that drenches determined hikers. The sound of water is the park's constant soundtrack, a reminder of the forces that continue to shape this landscape. Beyond the iconic valley, the park's wilderness stretches for hundreds of thousands of acres. The high country, accessible via the Tioga Road in summer, is a world of pristine alpine meadows, sparkling lakes, and granite domes. And in the Mariposa Grove, one can walk among the giant sequoias, the largest living things on Earth. To stand at the base of the grizzly giant, a tree that has stood for perhaps 3,000 years, is to feel a profound connection to antiquity, a humbling perspective on our own brief existence. Yosemite is not just a place to see, but a place to feel. Just south of Yellowstone lies a park that, while smaller, is no less dramatic. In fact, for sheer jaw-dropping mountain scenery, few places can rival Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming. Here, the Teton Range erupts from the valley floor of Jackson Hole with no foothills to soften their ascent. They are a jagged, saw-toothed wall of rock and ice, rising abruptly for more than 7,000 feet to their highest point at the 13,775-foot summit of the Grand Teton itself. it is one of the most sudden and spectacular mountain fronts on the planet. This dramatic uplift has created a landscape of breathtaking contrasts. The flat, sagebrush-covered plains of the valley floor, through which the serpentine Snake River winds its way, provide a perfect foreground for the immense peaks. This juxtaposition of flat plain and sharp mountain is what gives the Tetons their unique and unforgettable character. It is a photographer's dream, with iconic vantage points like Schwabacher Landing and Oxbow Bend offering mirror-like reflections of the mountains in the calm waters of the river. The park is a haven for wildlife, which is often easier to spot here against the open landscapes of the valley. Great herds of bison and pronghorn graze on the plains. Moose, the park's gentle giants, are frequently seen wading in the willow flats along the riverbanks, dipping their great heads to feed on aquatic plants. Beavers build their dams, creating rich wetland habitats, and bald eagles can be seen perched in the cottonwoods, scanning the river for fish. It is a vibrant and accessible ecosystem framed by the stunning mountain backdrop. Whether you are floating the Snake River, hiking to a hidden lake at the foot of the mountains, or simply pulling over to gaze at the panorama from the roadside, the Tetons exert a powerful pull. The historic barns of Mormon Row stand as silent witnesses to the human history of this valley, their weathered wood a stark contrast to the eternal stone of the peaks behind them. To be here is to be in the presence of raw geological power and serene natural beauty, a landscape that seems to have been plucked from a painter's imagination. For our final destination, we travel to the rugged coast of Maine, to a park that offers a completely different yet equally magnificent kind of beauty. This is Acadia National Park, the oldest national park east of the Mississippi River. It is a stunning mosaic of rocky headlands, granite-domed mountains, lush forests, and tranquil lakes, all nestled on the edge of the powerful Atlantic Ocean. Here, the mountains truly meet the sea, creating a landscape of dramatic contrasts and intimate beauty. Acadia's landscape was shaped by the same immense glacial forces that carved so many of our other parks, but here, the story has a different ending. As the glaciers retreated, they scoured the granite mountains, leaving behind rounded peaks and carving deep U-shaped valleys that are now filled with pristine lakes, like Jordan Pond. But they also allowed the sea to rush in, creating a jagged, island-strewn coastline of breathtaking beauty. The relentless power of the ocean is on full display at places like Thunderhole, where waves crash into a small cavern with a deafening boom. The park offers a unique blend of experiences. One can hike to the top of Cadillac Mountain, the highest point on the U.S. Atlantic coast, and be the very first person in the country to see the sunrise. The light first kisses the granite peak before spilling down into the bays and islands below, a truly magical experience. Later in the day, one can be exploring a tidal pool, discovering a miniature world of sea stars, crabs, and anemones left behind by the receding tide, a reminder of the vibrant life that thrives at the ocean's edge. A network of historic, broken stone carriage roads financed by John D. Rockefeller Jr. winds through the heart of the park, offering idyllic pathways for walking and cycling. These roads, with their graceful stone bridges, were designed to harmonize with the landscape, providing access to its quiet interior without the intrusion of automobiles. Whether you are listening to the waves crash on Sand Beach, enjoying a popover at the Jordan Pond House, or simply finding a quiet spot on a granite ledge to watch the lobster boats, Acadia offers a profound sense of peace and a deep connection to the timeless rhythm of the tides. From the swamps of Florida to the cliffs of California, from the deserts of Arizona to the rocky coasts of Maine, America's national parks are truly its greatest treasures. We have journeyed through landscapes of fire and ice, stood in the shadow of granite giants, and waded through rivers of grass. These places are more than just scenery, they are vital reservoirs of biodiversity, living laboratories of geology, and sacred spaces for human reflection and recreation. They are a legacy, a gift passed down through generations. These 10 are just the beginning, a mere glimpse into the vast and varied wonders protected within this remarkable system. Each one is waiting for you to explore, to create your own memories, and to forge your own connection with the wild. The story of these parks is still being written, not just by water and wind, but by every footstep on a trail, every gasp at a stunning vista, and every person who leaves with a renewed sense of awe for the natural world. Which of these parks is on your bucket list? Have you visited any already? Drop your favorites in the comments. We'd love to hear from you and learn about your own adventures. And don't forget, like this video, subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon so you never miss an adventure. There are so many more stories to tell and so many more wonders to share. Until next time, happy exploring.